we're going to have Sean Rose first, and he's going to talk to us about the stories making the news this week. Sean, welcome again. Welcome back to Spotlight. It's good to see you. Trust you had a wonderful holiday season and you're ready to make some serious news this year.
Thank you, Edgerenka, and good to see you again. Happy New Year to you.
Well, thank you. Same to you as well.
You're welcome. We are off to a healthy start, Edgerenka. I heard you mentioning health a while ago,
Yes.
and I can tell you we're off to a healthy start for 2014 as it relates to the top news. In fact, we can tell you that we should be looking at some healthy news making the headlines in 2014. Let's begin with a thrust in medical tourism. Government is pushing ahead with this new initiative to focus on creating this niche product here in the BVI, and we heard today following a symposium with a number of stakeholders in the health sector and the tourism sector as well about the possibilities for the BVI to launch into in fact expand, because there are already instances and cases where the BVI is offering medical tourism. Bougainvillea Clinic and so forth, but they are looking to expand the services to attract much more revenue, bring in much more visitors through the gateway of health tourism. So this sounds pretty good. Of course, we can say as well, going off on a tangent, that the budget sounds healthy as well. Some $301 million projected for the 2014 year. So far things are looking up. And we also want to take a look back at some of the news that really caught our attention in 2013 and continue to look forward for 2014 to see how they really develop in terms of the opening of the new People's Hospital. We know that the keys were handed over in October in 2013, and at that ceremony we were told that the building, the structure would be officially opened and services would begin to flow from that particular facility in 2014 by around March. We're not sure if that date is the date, but we understood today from Permanent Secretary Petrona Davies that there is the likelihood that the minister would announce the date for the opening of the new People's Hospital very soon. So we can look forward to that. And she also indicated that the forum responsible for the transition process from the current Peoples to the new Peoples would be selected in the next 2 weeks or so. So a number of things are happening where health is concerned. And of course we know too, we are anticipating much more developments where the NHI is concerned. We know that some $50 million or more is expected to be directed towards having the NHI implemented, which should really benefit all in the territory. And according to the health minister in 2013, there were 3 guiding principles really that influenced government's decision to push for the NHI implementation. 1, equity in access, health care for all, improved quality of services, and of course financial risk protection. So 2014 could be the year that we really see a transition in a number of sectors, but particularly the health sector here in the BVI.
Well, Sean, I think you put your finger right on it. A tremendous amount of work is being done in development of healthcare in the territory. I happened to be in the conference today that was conducted by the ministry and the facilitators, the Medical Tourism Association facilitators came and did a masterful job in presenting just about all we need to know about medical tourism, and it's not a simple thing. There's a lot of training that's going to be going on. There's also going to be a lot of business opportunities developed for persons who are prepared in the territory. The relationship between the hospitality industry and medical tourism in the hospital. All aspects of the society is going to have to step up to the plate. They have to be trained and service-oriented. One bad satisfaction could mean the destruction of the whole medical tourism attempt. So we're going to have to really focus on that development to see, to make sure that we position ourselves in the market, we get some market share, we expand in the market, and we maintain that market share. So it's a really exciting time for health in the Virgin Islands. The The HSA is engaged in lots and lots of service-oriented developments, quality care developments, staff training. There's a lot going on. Of course, soon to be launched would be the national strategy for the prevention and control of non-communicable chronic diseases. And then of course the waste management strategy is already begun. There's a lot going on in health over the past several months, maybe a year or two, and certainly in 2014, we're going to start seeing some of these initiatives really manifest themselves. Of course, we are hoping to have the national health insurance system take its rightful place in the component scheme of the national health strategy. So it's going to be exciting.
And the New People's Hospital is at the center of all of this, because as it relates to the improvements in the health sector and offering medical tourism services, the New People's Hospital would be the ideal facility to really help the BVI become a major player in this particular industry, that is medical tourism. And Edrenka, I'm sure you can relate to some of the improvements too at the People's Hospital, the existing People's Hospital, if we should say that. We have been hearing about the relationship between the BVI HSA and HEMA, and that seems to be working out pretty well as well.
Yes, well, from a physical standpoint, there's a lot of improvements. You walk into the hospital, what used to be the old hospital as it is now. You got sliding opening doors, you have security at the front, it looks cleaner, it looks fresher, it smells better, so it's been spruced up. And of course, all of the things that you mentioned, Sean, where you have the development of the service training, the performance enhancement unit, where you can launch your complaints, where persons are able to get redress for any grievances they may have, so that we could so the hospital can make corrective measures. So there's a lot sprucing up, a lot going on, particularly focusing on improving the quality of health care in the territory and the expeditious delivery of services. I think that's a key component in the hospital services, the health services, is that we reduce our waiting time. People feel more comfortable when they do have to wait. The nurses and the staff in the hospital are more friendly, more customer focused, and striving for excellence in the quality of healthcare in the territory. I think it's going to be a really exciting year.
I agree with that, Edrenka. And as it relates to the image management of the People's Hospital, I'm sure that we can look forward to the public having much more confidence in that institution and the services it offers locally, because there is a perception that one has to go to Puerto Rico, basically off island, to access health care at a certain standard. And gradually we can arrive at a conclusion at this point that perception should be heading in a more positive direction.
But as the minister reported in his address in the last sitting of the House just before the holidays, that HEMA, the relationship with HEMA has been a tremendous asset to the people of the territory, where many of the specialist services that we need, we can have access to them on a regular basis right here in the territory, which saves us the expense of traveling overseas, the anxiety of being away from our families, and gives us a quality right here at home that we would get someplace else. So already, and of course, he mentioned the fact that other Caribbean countries were beginning to use our services, which was the beginning of a revenue generating stream through that the provision of those specialty services. So already we can see the benefits of what's been happening, the improvements that's being made to the quality of care, the confidence that other countries are beginning to place in the quality of healthcare in the territory, and certainly we hope that confidence will transfer and translate into the confidence of the people of the territory into our health services as well.
A very important $22 million likely to be saved with the NHI coming on stream. Virgin Gorda residents being told that they should see work begin on the new clinic on that island, the new medical center on that island. So generally speaking, we can really look forward to these improvements. Of course, we are going to hold the government accountable here at JTV News, and we'll be following these events step by step to see how they are progressing, and we look forward to working with the society to ensure that the government delivers as it promises.
Absolutely, Sean. I want to thank you for that report and for bringing us up to speed on what's happening in health. And certainly we look forward in the weeks ahead to seeing how that develops, and of course to hearing more of your reports and your stories making the news and the coming spotlights as we go forward through the year. Thank you again for being a part of Spotlight and for making this segment so enjoyable. And we get a lot of positive comments. We want to thank those persons that are watching. We get a lot of positive comments from the audiences, and they like this segment, and I want to thank you for your assistance in making this segment the success that it is.
That's great.
We're going to take a break for a word from our sponsors.
Spotlight is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, the BVI Tourist Board, and CCT Global Communications.